What do you think is the most deadly animal? Is it a bear, a shark, a panther of some sort? No, the answer will surprise you. What do you think is the most deadly animal?
Mosquito.
Mosquito. Actually, we do have a list of what the most deadly animals
No.
are. Yes. Most deaths, and this comes from Jared A. Forrester, MD, Department of Surgery, Stanford University. Most deaths are not actually due to wild animals like mountain lions, wolves, bears, sharks, etc., but are a result of deadly encounters from farm animals, anaphylaxis from bees, wasps, or hornet stings, and dog attacks.
Okay.
So I should have specified this is in the U.S.
In the U.S., yeah, right.
So mosquitoes are a little bit lower on the list.
Mosquitoes and malaria, and weird bloodborne illnesses, the plague, whatnot, and other insects. Here's my problem with this. The definition of the word deadly.
You die from it.
Is myriad.
Is the definition.
I would say that a lion is still deadly because if you were to go one-on-one with one, it would most certainly eat you and with murder.
Here's what we're looking at is when we're looking at death, not severity of death.
Yes.
Not horribleness
You're talking about
and
instance
quickness.
of death,
yes.
not likelihood of death.
Yes.
In a one-on-one bare knuckle brawl, right? I just don't want to take away from the deadliness of like a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Because those are still quite dangerous.
But those are the ones we're thinking about. We're not worried about these smaller, slower, seemingly less tearing apart deaths.
Right. You'll probably at some point in your life be kicked by a horse.
No.
It's a barnyard animal.
Not everybody.
You'll be mauled by a goat.
I don't live with Black Phillip, the goat.
Sorry.
Someone sighed off camera.
Skip is touched by that one.
These results came from a study published in the journal Wilderness and Environmental Medicine. And the research gathered data from 1,610 reported animal-related fatalities between 2008 and 2015. In total, 43% of the fatalities, around 86 deaths per year, were the result of venomous animals. 576 people were killed by mammals, other mammals, instead of mountain lions, wolves, bears, the ones that you're thinking of. And another category, well, what I meant in that category are smaller mammals like raccoons, cats. But the second highest killer were hornets, wasps, and bees, which killed 478 people.
People are allergic to them.
Yes, sometimes people don't know they're allergic.
And then they start swelling up and they can't breathe. It's no good. Are you afraid of bees? What are you most afraid of, animal-wise?
I don't like snakes.
Snakes?
Yeah.
And is it a kind of fear where you're like, it's going to kill me? Or is it just like a, ugh?
Both.
Both.
Because when I was a kid, I lived in a house that was in an area that had a lot of wildlife around. And there were rattlesnakes sometimes.
Yeah.
And I remember my mother almost stepped on one, and I was scared of that. And one of them almost went for my sister when she was little in our garage, but my dad grabbed her and ran away. So I think of them as menacing things from my childhood, which makes them scarier than they are.
You have reasons to be afraid of them from personal experience. I'm terrified of killer bees.
Okay.
Because there were reports on them in Riverside when I was a kid.
Were you in Riverside?
Nope.
Well,
I had no reason to be afraid of killer bees, but I was. Just the concept of just a giant swarm of bees, and then you'd be like, I'm covered in bees. And you don't want to die from them. And they would sting you till you were dead.
No, because that's a horrible way to die.
Ugh.
The third category of most likely to kill you animals are dogs. Man's best friend has betrayed man. But
that's so sad and beautiful.
It is sad. It is sad because people think of dogs as being very, this is my friend, this is my buddy, harmless. But 272 deaths within that period came from dogs. A lot of the time it happened, unfortunately, with young children. Perhaps you should be a little bit more careful or less trusting of certain dogs, or I don't know. It's something to think about at least.
Not your dog, it's other people's dogs and rabies, I assume. That's so sad.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't dogs. I wish it was cats.
Well, cats are counted in the other mammals section.
Gotcha.
But they weren't big enough to include their own section.
That's crazy that dogs kill people so much. I don't like that at all.
Well, dogs are strong.
I always hear so much talk about hippopotamuses being responsible, and I know our stats are from
that many in the
U.S.
U.S.
There's only 2 or 3 million in the U.S.
No.
Imagine that. Like,
That's
imagine
not a
if we
fact.
had hippos, but they do kill people a lot. And you're afraid of lions when you're in,
I mean, we're talking about like sharks and wolves too. Sure, they could, but do they often? No, it's always what's closer to home, at least according to the study. It's the ones we're most likely to be in contact with, which makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Audience, what animal are you scared of, and is it rational? Please let us know and like and subscribe for more.